Picture this. You're a 50-year-old woman and you have a daughter. She's currently 20 years old. She's studying. She's studying towards a degree. And at the same time, she's also a really big influencer. She's known for both. She's known for her lifestyle, she's known for her travels, and people absolutely adore her. But one day she comes to you and she says, Mom, I think I have a boyfriend. And you're like, oh my goodness, oh, okay, bring him over. So she does. She brings him over. And you meet him. You think he's so kind and so sweet, especially because he always comes over. He likes to hang out with you. He likes to get to know you as his girlfriend's mom. You guys are living those best lives, and you always talk to each other on the phone early in the morning. You always call your daughter, and you always call her and get to know more about her day, what she's doing, where she's going, everything stuff. Except one day, your phone calls are not going through, and instead, she's just sending you text messages, and you're thinking like, that's not my daughter. My daughter never does stuff like that. My daughter loves answering the phone. She loves talking to me, and she loves telling me about her day. But now she's just suddenly not answering the phone. So you do the one thing you suddenly. She stops answering the phone. And then one day, y'all decide to go over to her boyfriend's house. And instead of finding him and her together, you find her on the floor, dead. This is the real case of Augusta Osedion, which is currently going on in Lagos, Nigeria. This episode is intended, as always, for educational, documentary, and awareness purposes. The information that is presented is based on publicly available reports, court proceedings, and news coverage available at the time of recording. Because this is an ongoing legal matter, all allegations remain subject to the findings of the court. Nothing in this episode is intended to sensationalize or glorify violence. Viewer discretion is advised due to discussions of murder and other disturbing topics. So, to begin, we need to know about the two people who are the main people in the story. And there's two of them. One's name is Benjamin Best, whose surname I am not going to attempt because I'm probably going to say it wrong. And he is known online as Killerboi. He's a Nigerian content creator slash influencer, and he is the boyfriend of our victim, whose name is Augusta. Our second character, who is our victim, her name is Augusta Osedion, whose name I also will not try to pronounce because I will probably butcher it, and I don't want to do that. She was 21 years old at the time when this incident had happened, and she was a first class medical laboratory science student at a lead city university. And she was described by her family as intelligent and extremely hardworking. Their relationship started in 2021. Augusta had told her mother that she had a boyfriend, and she, of course, introduced Benjamin to the family after Augusta's mother was interested in getting to know him. According to Augusta's mother, Benjamin was welcomed into the family and he was treated just like anybody else. Augusta's mom has come out to say that he has visited often and sometimes he would even stay over. Her mother later testified, saying that she treated him just like a son. Scroll over to July 11, 2023. Augusta and Benjamin had apparently or allegedly gotten into an argument where an altercation did involve. There was some speculation that he had hit her. Whether that is true or not, I was unable to verify. Augusta's mom does later say allegedly that she did help settle the disagreement and that he actually came to her and he begged on his knees, begging Augusta's mom to forgive him and that it would absolutely never happen again. However, after this incident, communication with Augusta had started becoming extremely unusual. A few days later, July 13th, 2023, police come out and state that Augusta has been killed at Benjamin's residence in Oral Estate, Aja Lagos, and investigators allege that she was stabbed to death following an argument that had happened with Benjamin. It was around this time that police said that Benjamin had fled the country or was attempting to flee the country. Scroll over to July 15th, 2023. Augusta's family was completely unable to get in contact with her. The most that they could get was a few text messages here and there. But Augusta's mom was like, "This is not my daughter." The text messages were unusual to her daughter. And whenever she tried to phone, or even when her uncle tried to phone her, she wasn't answering the phone call. This was extremely unusual for Augusta because she loved answering the phone and never ever declined a phone call with a family member. So immediately after that, her mom decides to file a missing persons report because she can't get in contact with her. And it was around that time that family members and the police worked hand in hand together. And that was when they concluded to go to Benjamin Best's apartment. It has been alleged that when they did find Augusta's body, her body was already in the state of decomposition, indicating that she has been dead for a while now. Again, speculation by the police is that she was killed July 11th. But of course, court proceedings hasn't happened yet, so we don't know whether this is true or false at this moment in time. Around this time that they had found Augusta's body, it has come out that Benjamin had uploaded a video on his Instagram. In the video, he claimed that they had argued and he mistakenly stabbed and he apologized. However, Nigerian police later came out to say that they believe that the video was intended to mislead the police while he was planning his escape out of the country, and that he didn't actually mean anything in the video. I was unable to actually find the confession video online, especially because his Instagram account seems to be disabled as of right now recording this video. His escape out of the country happened around October 13th, 2023. Nigerian police at the time officially declared him as a wanted fugitive. It was also around this time that Interpol actually got involved and issued a red notice about him. Interpol has you on like their highest list. Scroll over to October 20th, 2023. It was a normal day in Sierra Leone, Freetown, which is another country around West Africa. It was in this very town, Freetown, that they actually found him and arrested Benjamin. He was allegedly living in the country under a fake identity, Kanu Princeton Samuel. However, they were still able to identify. Scroll over to November 26, 2023. It's a normal day in Sierra Leone. Benjamin is kept inside a prison in Sierra Leone. It was actually around this day that a prison break actually broke out in that same very prison where Benjamin is. And during that prison break, he was one of the prisoners that had actually escaped custody. And so, therefore, the manhunt for Benjamin Best had begun all over again. Now that Benjamin is officially on the run again, Nigerian police stated and that he crossed multiple parts of West Africa and later eventually moved through different regions before eventually reaching Qatar. July 2025. This is around the time police say that he allegedly arrived in Doha, Qatar. Police say that he did allegedly use another false identity and a fraudulent travel documentation to get into Qatar. Now, February 2025, authorities in Qatar were finally able to track him down and he was arrested. It was also then when Interpol had actually gotten involved in the situation and immediately confirmed his identity using biometric evidence. Scroll over to April 19th, 2025. Nigerian police announced his return to face trial. Benjamin Best had multiple charges against him. The Lagos state prosecutors charged him with murder and an additional count relating to alleged interference with Augusta's body after she had died. At this moment, we don't exactly know what this means and what prosecutors are actually alleging he did to her body after she was passed away. November 17th, 2025 was when the trial had begun and he was formally arraigned. He pleaded not guilty to all accounts that were prosecuted against him. June 2026, the court started finally hearing testimonies from the people involved in the case. Augusta's uncle, Augusta's mother, and police investigators. These are just three examples of who we know has given testimony. We don't know any others who have actually given testimony, nor do we know the specific police investigators that have actually testified. A lot of reports coming out from the trial have said that evidence that were discussed in the trial were WhatsApp messages, phone communications, the actual discovery of Augusta's body, and Benjamin's actual movements after he had killed her. Now, as much as we all know it's important to let the trial happen the way the trial needs to happen, also need to talk about the public's reaction to this case. This case went viral across Nigerian social media, and many people were absolutely demanding justice for Augusta, and it reignited discussions about intimate partner violence, accountability, and the ability of suspects to flee across multiple countries. I do believe a lot of people were especially angry because of how this deals into domestic violence and how a lot of victims feel like they can't come out, or they feel as though people are going to judge them for it, especially because of how big Augusta was. She was a huge influence online, and a lot of people were saying that if she were to come out, would people have judged her for it? And people saying like this is why so many victims don't actually come out. And also a lot of people were saying that this is why you never truly know what's actually happening behind somebody's true life. Everything that you see online is just one part of their life, and behind the phone or behind social media, and behind the camera, you don't actually know what's going on in somebody's day-to-day life. To end this episode, I'd like to say that Augusta was 21 years old and her family is continuing to seek justice through the courts for her. As of 2026, the murder trial is still ongoing, and the court hasn't yet delivered a final verdict on whether he's guilty or not. And that is all for today's episode. Let me know what you guys think about this case online. There wasn't exactly much that I could say, especially because the trial hasn't fully been completed, so we don't know what's true or what's false as of right now. I will be coming out with another episode even when the trial does finish and we are finally able to get the full story. Next episode is gonna also be a Nigerian case, so if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned.
Hallelujah. I want to appreciate every one of you. Your comments, your messages, the calls I received yesterday. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate you all. Thank you for wishing my daughter a very happy birthday. And also to use this opportunity to tell people that you don't forget your children. You don't forget a child that passed. While she was alive, I post her on all her birthdays. So now that she's no more, she also post her on her birthday because she remains my daughter. You can't call me Mommy Augusta. I say, no, don't call me Mommy Augusta because she's no more. Forever, she's my daughter. I remain Mommy Augusta. So I will keep posting her on her birthday. It's not too much for me to use to honor that girl. You don't understand what that girl meant to me and still means to me because she's my past, my present, and we're going to future together. This is the dress I said she bought for me that I wore yesterday to the cemetery. I appreciate you all. Thank you. God bless you.